Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Once again, WellsMania, proving that I am the greatest wrestling content creator of all time. And this right here is the greatest wrestling podcast of all time, WellsMania. And I am WellsMania, the greatest wrestling content creator of all time. Now, I've been getting a lot of DMs. I've been getting a lot of comments. I've been getting a lot of phone calls. WellsMania, when's the next episode of WellsMania podcast? It's when I want it to be, okay? I am sick and tired of doing everything for you. It's about time that I started doing everything for me, WellsMania, and I'm blessing you with WellsMania podcast. That's what this is. I don't have to do this, but here I am doing this because I am the greatest wrestling content creator of all time. And I am joined right here on episode 218 of WellsMania podcast by the king of the wrestling content creators. It's the one, the only, the Snaps and Straps content creator champion, Stone motherfucking Pain Productions. We got him. We got him, brother. We got him good.
We got everybody. And oh God, don't you think it just feels great to work all these fucking marks out there that always do nothing but bitch and cry and complain about how the business is now? We just gave them the greatest story they will ever watch. They don't know what they have seen.
Absolute cinema. You and I giving the people absolute cinema. And you know, Stone Pain Productions, you and I, man, you and I together joining forces, we are unstoppable. There's literally nobody out there that can stop you or me. And if you think you can, we'd like to see you try. As a matter of fact, Stone Pain Productions as the Snaps and Straps. You know what? Let's drop that. Let's drop that bullshit.
Let's drop it, because what is the deal with Snaps and Straps running this tournament for a year to crown a champion, and then they don't even have the courtesy to post congratulations to the man who won the fucking title? No. Screw the Snaps and Straps championship. I'm just the content creator champion now.
You're damn right. And you know, let's talk about it, because a lot of people, I'm sure they've been blowing you up. A lot of people have been blowing me up, asking me, why, WellsMania? Why did you do the finger poke of doom? And I'll tell you exactly why I did what I did, because I am sick and damn tired of Snaps and Straps and their unorganized, lazy tournament. This thing started last June of 2025. Hell, I wasn't even supposed to be in this tournament. As a matter of fact, that was all a part of the plan that Stone Pain Productions and WellsMania had from the very beginning. You see, when Peyton brought this to my attention, remember when you told me, hey, I'm in this promo tournament and I've seen some of the other guys that are in this. They all suck. I'm winning this fucking thing. So I thought, a promo tournament. You think you could get me in that promo tournament? And you did. I got a first round bye. So then I started thinking, okay, I'm going up against the Macho Verse. Yeah, Macho Man, the wannabe Macho Man. Never will be the Macho Man. Yeah, dig it. I beat him. And here's the thing. You know, I have nowhere near the amount of followers as these other content creators. It doesn't fucking matter. Followers don't matter, because my greatness is what matters. And my greatness elbow dropped the Macho Verse. And then, you talk to me, baby. I go to the next round, and there's this almighty King Coley.
The chosen son
Yeah,
of Snaps and Straps.
Brandon's little bitch boy, King Coley. Well, guess what, King Coley? It wasn't enough to take down WellsMania. King Coley ain't got nothing on WellsMania. I beat that little jabroni, and he can go sit in his room with all his titles and gloat on his Instagram. And then I took on the At family. You know what? I actually respect the At family. From one dad to another, I actually respect the At family, but I beat the At family, and I sent them back to the family reunion. And then it's you and me in the championship. And you know what, Stone Pain? Something along the way got me thinking, man, we can do something really memorable here. We can give the people out there something that they've never experienced with this Snaps and Craps tournament. Because we all know this tournament is a joke because of how long this tournament was drug out. And I got to the point where I was getting sick and tired. You want to know something funny, Stone Pain Productions? The guy who runs Snaps and Straps, Brandon, I hope you're watching this because I've got a lot to get off my chest, and I'm aiming it towards you. First of all, you suck as an organizer. A tournament should not be a year long, Brandon. If you're going to have a tournament, you better be prepared to actually have this tournament play out in, I don't know, a month. But you gave it a year, which shows me you have no idea what the fuck you are doing. So I decided to help you out and give you entertainment value. And I brought Stone Pain along the way because I told him, I said, you know what we could do? We could fuck over everybody because this tournament is a joke. They're not sending us the title. How the fuck are we going to have a championship match without a championship title? Peyton, remember how long it took for Snaps and Straps to send us that championship title?
Too long.
Way too fucking long. As a matter of fact, there were people that thought that this tournament ended months ago. And then I told them, no, it's still going on. And they're like, are you kidding me? That's so stupid. And I'm like, I know. So you and I actually came up with this idea. You co-signed on it when I pitched it to you. And I was like, you know what we can do? We can just give Snaps and Straps double middle fingers, a big fuck you. And that's exactly what we did. And what you saw June 20th inside the Smash Mouth Arena, that was real emotion. That was raw, uncut, unfiltered, uncensored, ruthless aggression. That was me taking out all my anger, not towards Stone Pain Productions. Nah. That was towards you, Snaps and Straps. I was sick and tired of waiting around for this bullshit tournament that Peyton and I should have had our championship match months ago. But you guys drew it out. So the longer it went out, the more creative and the more greatness that was running wild through my Hoosier Dome. And Peyton, my goodness, the finger poke of doom. We revamped the finger poke of doom.
I gotta be honest. I think we did it better than the NWO. You want to know why? Because when the NWO did it, it spelled doom for WCW. It was the end of WCW. Our finger poke is not the end of anything. It is the beginning of something greater. Yeah. It is the beginning of the greatest tandem that the IWC has ever seen. It is the beginning of making what would have been an irrelevant championship from Snaps and Straps that any of them other fucking clowns would have won. It would have had nothing to do with anything. It would have sat on a shelf somewhere and collected dust. Now it's going to mean something because we are going to make it special. I'm going to make it special. I don't give a fuck who wants this. Come and try to take it, but it's going to happen on my terms. King Coley, you want it? I know Brandon wants you to come try to take it. Well, fucking drive your ass down from Michigan. Step in the ring with me and try to take it. I guarantee you it's not going to go well. That goes for every content creator. I don't care who you are. Allow me to list some of the fucking names. Aiden Chong, that punk bitch, likes to run his fucking mouth. He can come try to take it. Tag Team Twinning, if they're even around anymore, if they want to come out of retirement, they can try to come fucking take it. Any of the people that I obliterated in my tournament, Turnbuckle Topics, Wrestle Geek, any of them fucking losers, they can come try to take it. I am hosting an open challenge to anybody who wants to try to take the throne from the king. I will build an empire on your broken dreams, and this will become the most prestigious prize on the IWC.
Yeah, and good luck. If you think you have what it takes to step up to Stone Pain Productions, you better think twice, because you're done already. The second you step inside that Smash Mouth arena, you are done already. And I'll see to it. I'll see to it, because I've got Stone Pain Productions back. Then, now, forever. So King Coley, talk to me, baby. You know, you talk a big game on your Instagram. Well, let's see what you're like in real life, King Coley. If you want some, come fucking get some. And you know what? That's 11 minutes too long talking about the Snaps and Craps tournament. The dumbest, longest, just this tournament. It brought out a side of me, Peyton, that's been buried within. And that's the only positive that came out of me being in this tournament, is you now have heel WellsMania. And I give no fucks whatsoever. And if you're in my fucking way, you better get the fuck out of it. Now, this is WellsMania Podcast, Stone Pain Productions. What's on your mind? What else do you want to talk about?
I was just going to say, you know, you say that it brought out heel WellsMania. No. I would say it brought out the real WellsMania. The WellsMania that I know has been in there for years, that I've been trying to pull out for years. And I'm glad you are finally here to share in the enthusiasm.
Absolutely. And I also have you to thank for that, because this wasn't just my idea. This was also your idea. And you and I are two of the greats in this business. And there literally is nobody better than you and I. And you and I on the same page. Like I said, we are unstoppable. So Snaps and Craps, if you think you have any jabroni out there that can step up to Stone Pain Productions or WellsMania, send them our way, but do it in a timely manner. Don't wait a year from now to send some mark our way, because we'll already be so far gone, we won't even know who you are or that you ever existed. As a matter of fact, Stone Pain Productions, this is what I'm going to do, brother. I'm going to unfriend, unfollow, and block Snaps and Straps, because I'm done. I'm over their shit. I gave them the best content that they will ever get, and you stole their Content Creator Championship title that they are never getting back, because they expected you to give that title to King Coley. Fuck that, and fuck King Coley. All right. So here's a segue. We got a Content Creator Champion. A lot of you out there miss the underrated WellsMania Podcast. Well, you know what? I'm still a man amongst the people. I still deliver on my word. And like I said at the beginning of this episode, I'm only doing this because I want to do this. I got the king of the content creators. You got the greatest content creator of all time. We are together. So we're going to give you our predictions for Night of Champions. So for people like Gene Furman on TikTok, who commented on my promos, by the way, my content is absolutely thriving. Heel WellsMania is absolutely dominating the game right now. And Gene Furman says, Can we go back to the good stuff? Motherfucker, I'm giving you the great stuff right now. So you take it. You take it and you run wild with it, Gene Furman. So, all right, Stone Pain Productions. We're gonna wrap this episode up. We're gonna bless the viewers out there with our predictions for Night of Champions. Now, how fitting that it's the King of the Ring tournament final. Didn't take a fucking year for Obafemi and Jey Uso to get to the tournament finals. So we do have Jey Uso versus Obafemi, where the winner will be crowned the King of the Ring and earn a world championship match at SummerSlam. King of the Wrestling content creators, who you got in this one? Who will join you as a king?
I would say it's got to be Obafemi. The Jey Uso ship, in my opinion, has sailed. I just don't think that he is a main event level star at the moment. I think that WWE doesn't see him as main event level star right now. I think that he's the guy you put up against the main event level stars. He had his run. He had his time. It was what it was. Let's move to the future. Obafemi versus Roman Reigns is destined to be the main event of SummerSlam, where Obafemi can walk in the footsteps of Brock Lesnar and do exactly what Brock did, and that is within 6 months win King of the Ring and then become WWE champion by defeating one of the greatest Samoans of all time. Now, there's going to be people that ask, well, what about Brock Lesnar? Wouldn't Oba versus Brock 3 happen at SummerSlam? I see that more as a main event for Madison Square Garden at Saturday night's main event in July. I think that will be the match that Obafemi has in the Garden heading in to SummerSlam. Obafemi wins King of the Ring.
I agree with you, because as much as I would love to see the IWC bitch and complain like they always fucking do, Jey Uso winning would do that. Jey Uso winning the King of the Ring would set the IWC into the little whiny crybaby bitch asses that they are, joining Sami Zayn. We'll get to Sami Zayn here in just a little bit. But you know what? I agree with you that it is Obafemi's time to continue to thrive and shine, and crowning him the King of the Ring is exactly the direction that we need to go. And here's where Brock Lesnar can come in. If you want Brock Lesnar to ruin the coronation, that would be the way to really set up their match, like Peyton said, heading to Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden. So you could have Obafemi as he's getting coronated with the king's crown and the scepter and the robe and everything. You have Brock Lesnar just absolutely destroy that, thus setting up their match. So you and I both agree Obafemi will be the King of the Ring. Well, what about the Queen of the Ring, Peyton? We've got Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, where the winner will be crowned the Queen of the Ring and earn a world championship match at SummerSlam. I mean, it's kind of fitting. Liv Morgan's already a champion. So
and allow me to rant on this for a second. This is the stupidest fucking thing that I have seen all year. Why in the fuck is Liv Morgan in one, even in the tournament, and two, in the finals of this tournament, and everybody's acting like it's totally normal. And it's like, oh, she wants to take everything. And what, she just gets to make that decision? The general managers don't get a say in that. The company doesn't get a say in that. She's just like, I want it all. I'm in the tournament. That's not how this business works. This tournament is to crown the Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring for people to get an opportunity at World Championships at SummerSlam. The world champions should not be in this tournament. And now she's in the finals of this tournament, and there's an entire roster of women who could have benefited from being in this position, win or lose, to have a spotlight on them. But no, let's fucking shoehorn Liv Morgan, who's already the world's champion, into this spot when she doesn't need to be in it.
Yeah.
And she's not going to win anyway. Io Sky's going to win this match, and they're going to do Io versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam so Rhea can finally beat Io Sky, because that's a big match that everybody wants to see, and the finish got ruined at Evolution last year, and there's the story between Rhea has never beaten Io, so that's what's going to happen. Io's going to win. We're going to get Io Rhea at SummerSlam. But the fact... And then there's been people like, oh, but Stephanie Vaquer is going to come out and she's going to cost Liv Morgan. Okay, why does Liv Morgan need to be in this match for that to happen? You couldn't have just had that feud continue on Monday Night Raw and maybe, I don't know, put somebody else like a Sol Ruca or a Maxine Dupree who's getting ready to probably join the Vision, or maybe even somebody from NXT. Where the fuck is Blake Monroe? She's taken longer than Veer to come to fucking WWE.
She's taken longer than the Snaps and Straps tournament to conclude.
Like, she could have benefited greatly from being in the finals of Queen of the Ring against Io Sky. But no, let's shove Liv Morgan in this thing, and it makes no sense, and they expect all the fans to just sit there and take it and get our intelligence insulted.
That's why you and I keep it real, because I agree with you. The minute I saw Liv Morgan in this tournament, I'm like, why? She's already the champion. She doesn't need to be a double champion. It's getting kind of old. These champions want to be double champions. Have somebody else who's more deserving actually get that title opportunity. And I think Io Sky is one of the best women's wrestlers, one of the best wrestlers in the world. So crowning her the Queen of the Ring and then going to SummerSlam to take on Rhea Ripley, that is the SummerSlam match right there. And once again, I agree with Stone Pain Productions. The next match is Trick Williams defending his United States title against Ricky Saints. Will there be a new United States champion? Is it time to put the title on Ricky?
No, I love Ricky Saints, but let's be real. Trick Williams is at the absolute peak of his momentum right now. He's going to have a pretty long, lengthy title reign with that U.S. title. I have a feeling that as much as they're trying to push Ricky Saints, he didn't garner the initial momentum that they wanted him to garner when they first brought him onto SmackDown. And I just don't see it. I don't see it working out in the long run, at least right now for Ricky Saints. So Trick Williams is hot. Keep the title on Trick.
Once again, I agree with you, because it's cool. It's cool thought to have Ricky Saints become the new United States champion. But you're right, man. Trick Williams is one of the hottest wrestlers in the world today, and you don't kill that heat heading in to SummerSlam, the hottest blockbuster of the summer. Trick Williams retains the United States Championship. How about a steel cage match? Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Who you got in this one?
This one is probably the toughest choice of the entire card for me, because I honestly could see it going either way. I could see Seth Rollins winning this match to kind of put an end to the Vision rivalry for the time being, you know, and then Seth can go off and do other things unless they want to continue this storyline into SummerSlam. This feels like a blow off to me, at least for right now, though. So it won't shock me at all if Seth wins. But then there's also a part of me that's thinking, well, Braun Breaker could win if Bronson Reed is cleared and decides to come back. The problem is I don't know if Bronson Reed is cleared. I know he's posting pictures looking absolutely fucking yoked online, like he's in the best shape of his life. So I imagine he's getting rather close to being cleared and coming back. If I had to pick out of those two what I would prefer to happen, I think Braun Breaker needs this win more than Seth Rollins needs it. I think the Vision desperately needs to regain some ground, because ever since WrestleMania, or even like going into WrestleMania, it seems like they've been snake bit. So Bronson Reed returning in the wake of the Logan Paul injury and helping Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins is the route that I hope it goes.
And they just lost the tag team titles, the Vision.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. They need a win here more than ever. Braun Breaker will defeat Seth Rollins in this steel cage match. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I love me a good steel cage match. That takes us to the Women's United States Championship match. Women's United States Champion, is that correct? Tiffany Stratton's the Women's United States Champion? Since when? Since when has that happened?
Since the week after WrestleMania.
See, Tiffany Stratton has been gone for so long that I didn't even realize that she's the Women's United States Champion.
I got to be honest. I think most people forgot that there even was a Women's United States Champion. So
it's sad, man, because
I believe that this is the first time that title, other than like the initial Saturday night's main event, has ever been defended on a PLE.
Which is sad because we have been wanting women's mid-card titles for the longest time. We've been wanting a women's intercontinental title. We've been wanting a women's United States title. The women's intercontinental title has gotten its love. Becky Lynch has made that title great, like the great champion that she is. But the women's United States title, it just feels very forgotten. Case in point, WellsMania forgot that Tiffany Stratton was even the women's United States champion. But she is, and she's going up against Jade Cargill. I mean, do we put the women's United States title on Jade? I mean, I feel like Jade just came from the main title picture, and now she's in the mid-card title picture. I feel like WWE doesn't really know what to do with Jade Cargill.
I feel like they pulled the plug on Jade Cargill at WrestleMania when she lost to Rhea Ripley. And now they've thrown her back into the mid-card. And unfortunately for her, I think that there are brighter stars in the future. In particular, Blake Monroe, if she ever shows up, because to me, the match that should happen is Blake Monroe versus Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam for the Women's United States Championship. I think it's no question that Tiffany Stratton is probably not going to be around for very much longer in the WWE. We already know she wants to go to Hollywood. She's made that very relevant in interviews recently. She wrestles like she doesn't want to be here anymore. I don't know if you have noticed this, but to me, when I watch Tiffany Stratton work now, she's not the same as she was a couple years ago. Even a year ago when she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, she seems sloppy now. She seems unenergized. She seems like she's just kind of riding out her contract. So Tiffany versus Blake in a passing of the torch moment is what should happen at SummerSlam. And to get there, Tiffany needs to beat Jade Cargill.
Peyton, once again, I agree with you. I've got Tiffany Stratton retaining for the reasons that you stated. The SummerSlam match is Tiffany Stratton versus Blake Monroe. It's right there. That is a summer blockbuster match, and we're going to get it. We are going to get it. Well, that takes us to the main event of Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 1 p.m. Eastern time is when this show starts. WWE has been very international over the past month and a half, and it continues this Saturday in Riyadh. We've got a triple threat match for the undisputed WWE title. Cody Rhodes is the undisputed WWE champion versus Gunther versus that bitch-ass crybaby Sami Zayn. Fuck you, Sami Zayn. I'm sick and damn tired of you. You can just leave WWE, go wrestle on the indies, go wrestle in some podunk little town that nobody cares about because nobody cares about you. Thus being said, as cool as it would be for Gunther to win this match, we all know Cody Rhodes is going to retain the undisputed WWE title. As much as we want Gunther to win, it's just not going to happen for Gunther.
Cody's going to win because you're not going to have Cody not walk into SummerSlam as WWE champion. I think that it's pretty much a guarantee that we're going to get Cody versus Randy Orton 2 at SummerSlam. You know, that the setup for that may happen at Night of Champions if Randy Orton decides to come back at the end of this show, maybe set up some sort of cliffhanger. I don't know. And the only reason Sami Zayn is in this match is so he can take the pin so Gunther doesn't have to. Because they don't want Gunther losing clean, which is why the last 2 times that he's wrestled Cody, there's been some shit finish. You know, which leads me to the question, if you're going to have multiple shit finishes, then why even book yourself into that corner to begin with? Don't put a guy.
Great question.
Don't put a guy that you don't want to lose against a champion that you don't want to lose the title. You're booking yourself into a corner where you're forced to write some stupid finish to the match that neither guy looks good in. And this is probably the last time Gunther and Cody is going to interact with each other. And Sammy is there to be the fall guy.
I agree. And those, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Those are our predictions that we agreed on every single match, Stone Pain Productions. How crazy is that? We truly are aligned and united, and there's not a damn thing that anybody can do about it. Stone Pain Productions, that's it, brother. That's going to do it for this episode. Before we go ahead and bless the viewers where they can find you on social media.
Follow me on TikTok, 28,000 followers and counting. You know what's great about that is when the Snaps and Straps tournament began, I had probably less followers than every person that I faced in the tournament. And now I have more followers than everybody that I did face in the tournament. So that goes to show you who the real king of the content creators is. Facebook, Instagram, X, if that's even still a fucking thing. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
You can follow me all on there. And now you can also follow me on Twitch at Stone Pain Prod, because I'm going to be doing some gaming streams. That is going to be starting hopefully this week. It's something I've been looking forward to doing for quite some time. So go and follow the Twitch at Stone Pain Prod.
And you've got new merch at brainbustertees.com.
I do. The official King of the Content Creator merchandise is live.
So go and buy it right now. And while you're there, you can go buy WellsMania merch. I've got my WrestleMania 23 WellsMania podcast homage series logo running wild. And I've got the GOAT wrestling content creator merch, because you got the king of wrestling content creators, the king of content creators, Stone Pain Productions, with the greatest wrestling content creator of all time, WellsMania. The king and the great together. There's nothing better than that. And like we said, if you think you can step up to our level, if you can get there, you know where to find us. Right here, WellsMania Podcast, the greatest wrestling podcast of all fucking time. Well, thank you, champ. I appreciate it. And I hope that we answered all of your questions. And King Coley, fuck you, pal. Fuck you. Snaps and Straps, fuck you. Fuck you, Snaps and Straps. Until next episode, take care. Stay positive. Run wild. Dominate the day. I am the greatest wrestling content creator of all